welcome. It's Tuesday podcast.
Guys, we are in our brand new podcast studio. Are you kidding? Can we have a round of applause? Let's just have a moment.
Have a moment and be so proud of us. I actually left the grass in front of us.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like it's vibe.
It gives us like
even more sound cushion.
An area of calm.
Yeah, totally.
And I thought, you know what? No one will come back here and touch it.
No.
Or they shouldn't.
No.
And
no.
It's the middle of summer and it took I don't know why. I don't know what possessed me one day to do it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was kind of in a bad spot because it was in the middle of the playroom. So it wasn't something that like with longevity was really going to work.
Oh, I know why. Because I have a lot of time on my hands. So
right.
I'm looking, I'm in my house now. I did get away last week, but I've been in my house every fucking day.
Are you bored in the house bored?
Yeah, I am. Imagine being in the house and you can't go anywhere. And because Olivia has a concussion. So if I take the other two out, she just gets so frustrated because she wants to be out, but she can't be out. So it's like we take one for the team and I do little things with the other two, like a movie, this, but mostly we're hanging in the home.
Yeah, that's bad. I mean, your cottage, that was an awesome life. It looked like a really happy, good life there.
Yeah, it was an awesome, happy life. It was good. It's stressful. I mean, stressful with her. It's very stressful because she wasn't 100%. And listen, concussions fucking suck. And if I'm to be totally honest with you, it's really hard to believe them until you're living with one because you can't see it. They look normal. I haven't experienced it, but it's like you can't figure out what's wrong because it's the brain. You can't open the brain. Like you can't
it's like yesterday I was talking about scars on the body and like you can see physical scars that can tell a story, but the scars on your brain or emotionally or all of that, those are scars you can't see.
That's called trauma.
I know. But also all I can help but thinking is like, for people who are out there and like don't have the time, the money, the education,
the energy,
and how many of those kids have concussions and they're never fixed because the government doesn't do a good job of covering these things. But what I'm saying is that if the government doesn't cover fixing a concussion from a young person and they don't recover and they aren't able to be successful adults, that's going to be a bigger burden on the system later.
And the whole thing is that everyone tells you, and like, seriously, it scares you so much because they're like, you need to recover from this properly, or you will have long-term problems.
So
I'm like,
think about this.
What does that mean? Like, what does properly mean? Like, I literally am like, okay, great. What does that mean? What does that look like? How do I know? Oh, you're perfect. Because basically they're like, kids will recover, but there could be things you didn't find that could cause a problem down the road. And I'm like, that's not helpful. It's not very helpful for me anywho.
I just don't understand how
people do it.
No, how people that aren't like you with time and money do it.
I know.
And they don't.
I guess so.
They tell that kid, you just get back to fucking school.
You would never know. No one knows you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You're not like most of the things on the internet are like, wait. And then some are like 7 to 10 days, it should be better. And then other ones are like, it becomes a problem after 3 months. Then the contradiction one is, but if you start to do interventions earlier, they have a better chance of, the longer it goes, the worse their prognosis is of getting better. It's very confusing.
I mean, the whole thing.
It's very stressful. It's very confusing. It's just like, it's a thorn in my back. Not a boner, a thorn. It's a thorn.
I think you'd actually choose a boner over a thorn.
I would choose multiple boners over this.
Oh,
I would do foursome, all men and me, rather than this.
Oh my God. And the guys aren't, let's say in the foursome, the guys aren't gay. So they're only coming to you. So not even touching each other. You have to take care of everything.
I would do it.
4 penises.
I would do 4 blowjobs back to back.
Yeah.
And they're not short. Like they're not the short ones. They don't have a short cum span. I'm not joking. That's if there's like the worst punishment right now, and I'm gonna say probably 4 blowjobs of penises I don't know. They're strangers.
How well groomed?
And they're farmers. They just came off the field, so they're not groomed. They're dusty, so there's a bit of dirt in them.
And they're and they're
I'm
not
saying farmers
groomed.
are dirty. I'm saying
Yeah,
they just came off
they were
the
working.
field. Yeah,
were
all
they
day.
sweaty too? It was hot.
Yeah.
So they have
There's nothing
smegma.
worse, in my opinion,
Yeah.
than dust.
Sweaty balls.
No.
Oh, dust.
Dust particles when you eat something like sand, grit, like salad with like sand in it.
Oh, is that the worst?
That's the worst for me.
Well, no wonder you sent back that salad that day.
Anything with, I'm like this, it makes me, two things make me want to actually.
I'm pretty sure it's more than two.
No, things that I really,
Smegma.
if you gave it to me, I haven't seen, no, that's fine. What would really,
Pardon?
no, it'd be fine. Like that wouldn't be like, I wouldn't vomit if someone's like.
You don't think you'd vomit if someone stuck something up your butt?
Well, I don't know. I'm saying though, it wouldn't be like, I'm saying visually.
You'd like the look of it?
No, two things is, one is a hair pie. Like imagine you're having a pie, like a peach pie. Are you having a strawberry pie?
Yes.
And you cut it?
Yes. And what, there's one hair or lots of hair?
It's all pubic hair.
Pubic hair.
And it's not vomit.
I am going to make that.
No,
I'm going to make that.
It literally.
So if you get hair on your...
Yes, it makes... done. No.
Okay.
So my word, if you ever hate me...
Okay, give you a hair pie for your birthday.
I guess I could never be a lesbian with a lot of vagina hair. I guess I could never eat vagina.
Yeah, but she could just get it. Like if your preference is for her to be lasered, then she could have no hair.
Okay.
It could be like a baby's butt.
Yeah, I guess eating hair pie would just like anything. But I picture an actual peach pie with hair inside.
With the peach pie, I have one more question.
Or
do you have? Is it just you seeing it, or are you?
No, you like cut it open. You're like this.
Oh, so, but just looking. It's not in your mouth.
I just cut it open.
Wait, is there any pie in it?
No,
it's fully solid hair.
Pubic hair.
I think it'd be worse if it was in the the moisture of the pie.
That's the one thing, and then the other thing is grit. Like when I eat grit. Like anything like sand, like if you like eat a chip.
That makes you want to barf.
It's like the crunch in your teeth and the mouth and I can't.
Everybody's got something right. I wouldn't say those two things were like, first of all, I've never thought about a pie full of hair. So that's weird. You even considered it and that it's peach.
No, I would say peach, like
it's always peach.
Well, see,
cobbler.
It goes back to when
you were forced to eat hair pie.
My dad was married to someone for many years and she used to make pie.
Yes.
And my dad wouldn't know. He'd be like, I love your pie.
Oh.
And then she makes the best pie. And there always be people over. And my brothers and I are like, hair pie. He loves her hair pie.
Okay.
Then visually, I'm like, actually, there's nothing worse in my brain that I would want.
And you've thought about that forever?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. You mention it often. Hair pie.
That would be something that would be terrible. And I mean, no diss to your hairy vagina at all. Like, I'm not saying that grosses me
or
out.
your hairy penis.
It's not.
You don't get as close to it.
It's not
unless
growth
it's really
of hair. If hair was all over the penis, I would be asexual. I would actually.
Does anybody grow hair on the shaft?
No,
that's like eyelids, right?
I would be asexual. Like fully asexual.
All right, so guys, this is the only podcast that we've done this summer because we banked them before we went because we had no idea when we'd be in the same city doing the same thing. So this week is.
Well, I'm here, so I'm good. You ever want to come home? Go crazy.
I'm a full summer. I don't know if it's wrong to use the word hobo.
I might have just showed everyone my vagina, but it's okay.
Good. Let's put this on the boner episode. Speaking of boner episodes, guys, we are figuring out, and we've been talking about this for a while, but we are going to be offering coming very soon a
movie near you.
Exactly. Ad-free podcasts. So basically you listen to them a lot less time and you can binge a lot faster, and also bonus episodes. And the bonus episodes are going to be one of a kind. I suggested actually to the person we were talking to yesterday that if we smoked a big joint and did a podcast, she's like, that would be great.
Okay. I mean, everyone, oh my God. Literally, I don't know if this is age or if this is like maturity or.
Oh, I hope it's not maturity.
Like, no, I see Kristen Bell's controversy about her kids drinking
non-alcoholic beer,
and everyone has a problem with it. And I'm just like,
who fucking cares?
I'm like, is the media making this a problem? Are people like, are we that fucking bored in life that we're talking about her children drinking? Like, do you know what tastes like beer to me? Kombucha tastes like beer to me.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Like, you want to, like, children like iced tea with no sugar. That's terrible too.
So guys, in Canada, when we order iced tea, it's sweetness tea, okay? And so every time our kids, because they always order iced tea, we're in the States and they order iced tea and it's non-sweetened, we don't even understand. And also why, like, it's weird that a server would think that a kid would want non-sweetened iced tea. Like, of course not.
I mean, I guess it's what you're used to though. How do you know what you're used to if you don't know? How do you know that?
Well, because if I was a kid, I'd order juice, not unsweetened tea.
Yeah, but if it's all, I had this conversation with my husband because Max needs glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he got them, he was like, oh my God. And Mark's like, why wouldn't you tell us? I'm like, how would he tell you if he didn't know if he couldn't see?
I understand that kids like sweet things.
Yeah, but they also like sour. They also like.
Yeah, and it's just bland.
But I bet most kids don't order sweets.
Maybe they just
like
thought they were weird kids when they ordered them.
Yeah, they're like, now I think when they know, they're like, it's not sweet tea. You order sweet tea there.
Mm.
We order iced tea, which is like actual iced tea.
Right.
So the non-alcoholic beer, I'm like, there's no alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, I'm surprised that her kids like the taste of it, but what do I care?
It's also like dark chocolate. Some people love dark chocolate. Disgusting.
Yeah, I love dark chocolate.
Exactly. Disgusting.
Yeah.
Some people
like hair pie.
Natalie.
Some, to each their own.
That's my point.
Yeah, and it's just weird. But, I always wonder sometimes in those things, like with Hollywood, is like, sometimes do they try to get them, like they're trying to get people in the news to talk about, and then they come out with something.
Oh, like she wants to be in the
news.
news.
Her people, maybe. Because I just saw an ad also come up about her husband being kicked out of an airport or something. I'm like, okay, what's going on, guys? You coming out with a movie?
Publicity.
Yeah.
As they call it these days.
Yes.
Publicity.
Oh, and then Kristen Bush was also in the news because she had that dinner party with all those celebrities, and everyone had a take on that. So many celebrities were at her dinner table. Like fans didn't like it or something. So something.
Fans didn't like it?
They weren't, they had an opinion on it. And it was like every celebrity was at the dinner. Yeah. So something.
Do you want to know how I feel about that?
Bored.
Not even bored. Just like, what is wrong with people? I don't like who's at your dinner party. Okay. Why do you care?
Yeah.
Why do you fucking care?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's like, would I have talked about that? But like, no, because she's in our demographic. She's our age. So it's us people talking about it. My daughter doesn't know really who Kristen Bell is. She knows like at her as Elsa or Anna, sorry. Like doesn't know. You know what I mean?
She was.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure she was a character.
Okay.
On Disney.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah, I totally would agree.
I could lie.
Yeah.
Am I lying?
I have no idea. I feel
Gelman?
I know. Where's the producer?
Gelman.
So summer for you has been kind of shit because
I'm not okay.
What?
This is how weird I am. Hold on. What's her? I'm just gonna Kristen Bell.
Elsa. Anna. My mom gave me a ring. She goes, I got this for you. And I'm like, you just bought me a ring? She's like, it came in a pack of 3.
Watch Anna voice actor Kristen Bell record her Frozen voiceover. So yes, it was her. Okay, sorry. Yeah,
so speaking of somebody singing too, just one more time is Simu Liu, who is the action. He was in a Marvel movie. He is he is from Toronto.
Yes.
He was one of the Kens in the Barbie movie.
We've met him before.
I've never met him before.
At a Bell thing, he was behind the stages with scenes with us. We never really met him. He was in the same. There was a whole. They all went in the. Yes, we've met him. Oh my God. He's been on like a press junket with us.
He's so cool.
But he wasn't who he was today.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So now he's in the Barbie movie. He's in a Marvel movie. Okay.
He was in a Marvel movie before, right? Yeah.
Yeah. He's been in one, and his body is like.
Was he not in the convenience store too? The whole convenience store show here.
I'm not sure.
That ended. Like
I know. Yeah. Anyways, he fucking releases a single and a music video.
And it's amazing.
He's a singer. He's an actor. He's good looking. He's fit. He's really nice. Whenever he goes to things.
Oh, he's really nice?
Yes.
You met him.
So,
you hung out with him. I'm so glad.
Well, he's
from Toronto.
When he goes to Toronto, when he goes to things, he brings his whole like old school crew and his parents and shit.
I feel like we know this. Like we've been there.
Where?
When he was there with the.
I've never seen him with my eyes. I'm believing you that he was there, but I've never seen him with my eyes.
It was a crew. It was a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And they were there before us. And they'll have black limos, and you and I did not. Black SUVs.
So it wasn't that long. We didn't actually see him with our eyeballs.
Yeah, we did. We walked by them, but I don't think you knew who he was then.
I've known who he was forever.
And then we like, anyways.
Anyways, he is a star.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Like, wow.
Wow. And you've seen him with your own eyes.
And I never seen him with my own eyes.
No, you did. Okay. So I started to tell you, this is how fucked up it is because my mom is so mad, okay? My mom is so mad about Olivia's.
Tell them how she got it.
Okay.
On the podcast.
I was going to take a quick break, but not yet. Okay.
I did before.
I know, I forgot.
Oh, but and also, like,
this is you're gonna feel me on this. And just so you know, your kids will never get a concussion. I know that for you. I know that for you.
I have 4 children.
They
and
won't
one
get
is
one.
a fucking maniac.
You won't get one.
Okay, go on.
I don't think so. I don't think this is for you. You'll get other things, but not this. This is not for you.
You know, I was actually this morning, I was brushing my teeth. I was thinking it's not going to happen to me.
Yeah, it's not. I don't feel this for you.
So, and just the crazy thing about Olivia, before she tells you how she got her concussion, is Max plays hockey all the time. Olivia played soccer. Okay, so these are 2 sports that you could easily get concussions with. And that's not how she fucking got it.
Yeah. Well, you can get one of her friends who also plays competitive soccer got it on trampoline from her friend's knee.
I see a trampoline more.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, okay. So this is the universe.
Mm-hmm.
This is really, you guys are going to think I'm crazy or you're going to understand. There's 2 people who are going to be like, yeah, fucking right. But I do believe in life. This is like a pivotal moment when we have 7 children and something big happens and you have to make a choice of how you're going to react. Okay. Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to be? Because you're instilling a belief system into them while you're doing this. Okay. So you're like, it's kind of like a double whammy. It's an event and then a response. And what is your response to this? Because I have no control over the event.
Oh shit. Does this mean that when TJ told me he broke his leg and I said, no, you didn't, I made him walk?
Oh my God. So she's on a boat. No, they're in Newfoundland with my mom. It's all old people. And I mean that very respectively. Okay. All people of the older age. And before my mom knows it, they're going on a boat ride, but the guy's a firefighter and he's 70. Olivia didn't want to go. Max is like, you're not the one wakeboarding. Why? Like, you're not the one doing the thing. Why don't you
someone was wakeboarding
or something? I don't know the whole story. I have to get the whole story out of her eventually. Because the story is like,
just ask Max.
They both tell me 2 things. Like they're going back and forth. And Max is like, we'll miss 7 details. And then be like, no, like, okay.
I didn't know someone's wakeboarding.
But they were going back into the house when this happened. No one was on the wakeboard. So, she's like, I didn't want to leave Max to go alone. She knew she couldn't leave him. So she goes. The guy who's driving decides to be crazy and think it's funny to do like make a whole bunch of donut waves.
So, and for us growing up at cottages,
I did it all the time.
People used to do donuts, and you know, you do donuts, and if you guys don't know, it makes big waves, and then you go flying over the waves, and it's so fun.
Okay, so he's flying over the waves. She is, I think, holding on to the wakeboard so it doesn't hit anybody because it's like flying, right? So she's kind of like this, and from what I understand is her legs go flying up, like she takes air and comes down on her head and her neck and her head, like on this side, okay? But not on the seat, and then cracks her head on the side in between the 2 where you walk back. So she kind of gets up and she tells me after the fact that she was shaking and couldn't stop shaking. So clearly she was in shock. She didn't lose consciousness. My mom wasn't there, so didn't see it. It was just Max, who I'm not going to say is the most intuitive to be like.
Wasn't your cousin on the boat?
Yeah, but in the back. So they wouldn't have really, like, do you know what I mean? I think it happened probably fast.
And also just to say, nobody on the boat was a mom.
No.
Because I bet if your cousin was a mom.
She would have been like, what the fuck is this? Stop what you're doing.
Well, first of all, she would have said stop, and she would have sensed that if she went flying to go and make sure she was okay.
And Max almost flew out of the boat. So thank God he didn't fly.
He was holding onto the cup holder, I heard.
Yeah, so he didn't fly out of the boat. So thank fucking God everyone stayed in the boat, okay? So, and then she has to fly home because she's in Newfoundland. So she I swear to God, she keeps it together, but she comes home and she just is tired. But I'm thinking it's because she was away for so long and she can't sleep on her head because her head hurts so much. She can't brush her hair because her hair hurts so much. Okay, so we don't think it. I'm like, okay, like she goes swimming, like just tired. We like carry on. We go to Collingwood. We go hiking. Fast forward, we're there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Monday night. She's like, is there something in my eye? I'm like, what? She's like, I can't see out of my eye. I'm like, pardon? She's like, it's blurry. I'm like, what? I'm like, this is weird. And Tuesdays, Chloe's one of the days is Chloe's dance competition. So maybe this is Monday. She can't see out of her eye. Tuesday, she's like, her head is beginning to hurt so badly. She like can't keep her eyes open. She's like, my eyes hurt so much. Like I can't even look outside. So I'm like, Mark, take these people home because we were supposed to stay there a little bit longer. I'm like, you go, I'll do the dance competition. She's so bad in the car that Mark's like, she like is just sitting there like complaining with her like heads over her eyes. I come home, take her to the doctor Wednesday. Like she checks out neurologically. Like they're like, if there's a bleed, it will be like a bruise. It will just like soak back up, like rest, blah, blah, blah. So finally, yes, she has concussion or
you guys hear something? It's
the dog snoring.
Is snoring.
Or it's now called like a mild traumatic brain injury. That's not really called a concussion anymore. It's called like it's called like a TBI.
Okay.
They know there's trauma to the brain. So we're like week 1, it's not getting better. Week 2, not getting better. So now I'm like, everything I read's like 7 to 10 fucking days. My mom is beside herself, but then I have to think to myself, I'll take a quick break and come right back.
I was with someone last night and they had it for a year.
Pardon?
Yeah. But they probably didn't go see doctors or something. They just like sat in the dark. That's not gonna happen to you. I didn't ask how they got it.
How old were they?
Probably about 35.
When they got it. And it took a year to like actually go back to normal life.
I guess. I mean, they were working.
Okay. So then I think to myself, and I think you would do the same thing, because I can't be angry. It's kind of worrisome, but you're also like, I just want to get this better. Because every morning I'm like, I'm like, there must have been, she protected either someone or something from something worse happening. Because I believe the universe gives you, like, doesn't give you things you can handle. I hate that thing. I think that it's protecting her. She had to be home with me. So she had to, or she took one for Max. Something made her, number 1, take care of her brother. Number 2, she like took one for the team, and there's a reason she got it. There's a reason she got it. And I'm like, and I'm not saying like, oh, it's a big life lesson, but I'm like, there's something that you had there. This would happen. So let's just think that maybe if you would sliding doors, if you had not gotten it, who knows what would have happened. So I'm like, so just think, wow, the universe is protecting you from something. Yeah. And in my head, I just say to my mom, I'm like, number 1, it's shitty, but like she's here because then aren't I on Facebook? And 2 fucking articles back to back come up about 2 girls who've died on the boat, and one of their names was Olivia. And I was just like this. And one of them was not a crash. It was waves. The one named Olivia. Like, and the other one,
she went under the motor.
Yeah.
That is so horrific for not only herself, but
everybody,
her family and everyone on the boat and anyone around.
Yeah.
Because what that would look like.
No, horrific. And then the next thing is then another one comes up in Chatham or in Cape Cod. She's 17, dead. So I'm like,
and we also know of, we've heard lots of boating accidents where people die.
Yeah, it's just weird that this just like with no accidents, just like the boat, something happens, right? So I'm just like that. It just like that's fucking weird too. That because I'm not searching boat accidents. It just obviously the internet hears you, but like it's on Facebook and it's news. It's on the Today Show. It's kind of everywhere. So I'm like, oh my. So like, let's be thankful that we can actually do something about it rather than being like, why me? I'm like, I've never let her say why me. Yeah. She made a joke once about her brother, like being like, you're the one who wanted me to go on there, but not like, if it weren't for you, I would like, she's never once been like, why did this happen to me? Yeah. And I just keep saying, it's so amazing how strong, this is a really shitty situation. I know you're so bored. Like you should be really proud of yourself that you're able to do this hard thing. And so I'm like, I think it's so important as parents that we narrate to them what they want. And then today I've been going to specialists. Okay. I'm a fucking psycho. And I Google where she should do what she can do, how she can help which system. And the eye doctor's like, I would only send you to one place. And it's this place. I'm like, I have an appointment there tomorrow. Go there. Forever she's been telling me, this is really hard in school for me. I need modifications. I need to go get tested. I'm like, yeah, okay, because her grades are really good. Okay, she keeps complaining. But she wants to have modifications. So
It's like my son.
today we go.
Yeah.
And the auditory process, like the hearing person is like, she has a full, I see this after concussions, she has a full auditory process. Like she can't hear and process at the same time. I'm like this. So now that Libby's in the car, she's like, what if I gave myself a concussion so I could get modifications, right? Because she's
Good one, Olivia. That's exactly what you should think.
So I said to her, I'm like, you better be very careful. You have a very powerful universe. You better really wish for, I'm like, you gotta be very careful. And I was like, you better be putting good things into the world because I'm like, you just got, the woman looked at her and goes, what other modifications do you want? I'll write a full report for your school. And I just looked at her, I'm like, kind of scared. I'm like, holy fuck.
She's very good at it.
I was like this, you just got what you've been asking for.
Yeah.
Without having, I was like this, you're magic. And so again, I tried to teach her, I was like, do you know what just happened in there?
Yeah.
I'm like, can you believe it? Like celebrate. And I'm like,
yeah.
Rather than being like, oh my God, I'm like, holy fuck, you did it.
You're so lucky.
I'm like, you did it again.
Yeah.
You did it again, Olivia. You did it again. Yeah, you got a concussion, but holy fuck, Olivia. So, I mean, just trying to flip the script where we're not like,
very much so. And I think that it's
no feeling sorry.
It's hard to feel, it's hard to change your mindset to be like that. But if you can, your life will be so much better.
If you can't, do it for your children because it's easier to do it for someone else than for you.
But it's very hard if you don't see it like that to actually authentically talk to other people about it.
It's a choice.
It is a choice, and practice makes perfect. So definitely you can work on it.
And it's a what if. You have to play what if both ways. You can't play what if. Like I could be like, what if you had not? What if you hadn't gone on the boat? What if you hadn't gone to Newfoundland? What if you?
People do that.
I know, because she can't go to camp.
Yeah,
I might be out the full tuition.
Yeah,
like like this isn't great. This isn't ideal. Like she's bored as fuck. But if I play the what if game.
Nope.
Can you imagine where she'd be right now if I played the what if game?
No.
I'd be fucked. I'd be miserable.
No.
She'd be miserable.
I don't even let my mind play the what if game. I don't even go there, but I know a lot of people do.
Most.
Yeah, I know.
Most play what if.
I know.
So I think I've learned so much in this, and I am going to do baseline testing on, well, at least Max and maybe Chloe when she's older, because everything's like, they're all like, well, I don't know if this is concussion related because we don't have anything to compare it to. So baseline gives you where they were to where they are because her hearing is impacted. Is it concussive?
Or was it always?
We don't know.
Right.
So you can see, because she's like, I think that will come back up. And I think things will level, like her hearing in 1 year will get better, but maybe it was always like that. It's in the normal range, but the side she hit is worse than the side she didn't. Everything.
So then do you have to go back there and get tested later, just like after she seems better?
We go back she goes back next week for more auditory processing to see like what else she can handle. And then we'll go back in 6 months to see if her hearing comes back up. Her auditory processing is her actual brain.
And none of this is covered.
Nah, nothing's covered. I said to Mark, I'm like, this is fucking crazy. This is fucking.
It is crazy. It is
crazy.
I mean, oh my gosh.
My mom is like, should we sue?
I know. I mean,
I would never do that. As a joke.
It's a good thing to sue if it's a company because the insurance from the company will, but if it's an individual person. Then...
You know what? It was an accident. And yes, it was bad driving and reckless driving, but like, that's like saying, like one of her friends was on a trampoline and they were doing a somersault and or like a flip and they bumped into each other and her head went into the girl's knee. Like
sometimes
that's an accident.
Yeah, it is an accident. But some people have to sue or for like,
if you could.
Oh no, but if you couldn't afford these appointments, you would have to sue, and you would just do it for that reason. But there's this, there are people, I think in America, and they like are known for suing for things just to get money.
There's people in Canada too who love to sue.
Yes, actually, yes. And then you know what? If you figure and
if you get fired, people love to sue. People love to come back for like wrongful. Like it's like it's more common than you and I are aware of. But Pete talking to employers are like, oh yeah, you'll fire them and they'll come back. They have 2 years to come back and sue you.
A couple things are crazy. Yeah, being like the liability for firing people, and then the second one is not being able to get people out of buildings. So I heard that
you can stay and never leave.
So there's like there's these old buildings in our neighborhood, and it's more beneficial for the person who owns the building to actually knock the building down and rebuild it so that they can raise the rent than
movie tenants out and raising them. They can't raise the rent.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
So they renovate the whole building just so that they can raise the rent, which, I mean, I know it's shitty raising rent and stuff like that, but like, you gotta keep up. You gotta pay the mortgage.
Fuck, you guys. Wow. Well, that's your universal life lesson. And some of you are like, you are fucking a woo-woo. I feel like woo-woo a little bit sometimes, but whatever.
Yes, I mean, I think that my husband thinks we're
woo-woo.
And I had this thing, I told you this summer. It's like, and I have to sort of like have a conversation about that. It's something that really bothers me is just saying no and with no explanation, or saying no,
habitual
no, but also like
out of habit,
but also like, honestly, so often people will say no because it's a very reasonable answer for things, or like, that's not going to work, because reasonably, if you take a poll of 20 people, maybe 19 people will say that's not a good idea.
Right. But you don't want that to be.
Why not just consider that potentially there might be another way?
Potentially there. Yeah, for sure.
I know
that
you're
takes
good
a lot
at
of
that
work.
too.
Well, I'm working on it.
No. In the instances that I'm thinking of, you're very good at it. But it's really hard to to
show someone the way.
Yeah, to convince someone that the way that you've always known, or the thing that seems the most responsible and reasonable, isn't actually always the most beneficial in the end.
Yeah, because people get older, but they don't get wiser. They just.
But I don't know if you can change.
Stiffer.
Yeah, I don't know if you can change. That's one of the things that really bothers me the most.
Stiffness.
Non-flexibility and just traditional thinking, just because it's supposed to be that way.
Well, we could just round that one right back up to, I know exactly what you're talking about right now. Okay, y'all, we'll see you guys next Tuesday. We're going to bring you some new episodes on Tuesday. I know we have some reruns going on, but we'll also have some bonus on Tuesdays.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.